Spoke to everyone, including this little butt who yelled at me for doing what he told me to do.
My friend.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Bitch, call me Lithalon. 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 We also have a dragon killed, but we can do that. Actually, fire dragon. Yeah, let's do that post descent. I think. My inventory looking like. So I didn't go through it last time. Alright, up to the table. We just went and talked to everyone. Liliana. What a rotunda of rebels. Alright, through the weapons. Certainty. Word of deepest corruption and conviction. Happy the red lyrium blade that drove Kirkwall's Knight Commander narrative to Matt had born in arcane center, lighted and refined. It cannot have inspired the name of the Magister who once entered Heaven, and would dare so again. Wonders what the sword cannot be next. Maya Lavella, she's not careful. She can't do shit with this sword. It's too heavy. Bonnie Templar. Yes. I need another, like, elvish warrior. Something about an elf wielding a two-handed weapon that's just...
Hello.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing? How's your Inquisition playthrough going? Much better than that, okay. What's Blackwall wearing? That good it's going or bad it's going? Or just a neutral? Passage. Level is
Where's
not
my
this
hammer?
far.
Not that one.
That was really loud in my ear. Emerald Greys are pretty though. That's not the worst. Okay, so my arms are better than what I have. Steal some stuff. We're going into this and I'm gonna cry. Why do I want to keep the miniature crown? Yeah, there's a couple of ruffles. Not where the 5 Pride Demon one is it? No, that one's in Empress Du Lyon. Whoever thought that was a good idea? Play the game again. It's got all the make armor of a different for all classes stuff. Got this no fleur level, the little leather, and the silverite. I don't know what the cloth is. I'd never needed a reason to put anyone in mage armor. That's not a mage. Technically, we don't need to go through here, but why not? I think we also have a perk that I haven't chose yet. Need any of those? We go eagle-eyed. Guess we'll go eagle-eyed. Because we don't really need forward scouts anymore. We could do this and get more Rashvine. I always need Rashvine. That one. Oh hey, we got 3 new things. Here, don't freak out, please.
We'll be spread thin until the rest of our forces return from the Arbor Wilds.
Of course.
Okay, first up we have a present for Bianca. I don't think this one matters. And we only have one option. Aim module 2. Bring Samson to Skyhold. We'll have, we'll let Cullen do that. He's like his thing. Research the Well of Sorrows. This one I'm even gonna look up. Alright, it's all the same. Cool, cool.
All right.
Yeah, Cassandra. I think there's one more. There should be, yeah, one over here. This one I think has a line. I do it correctly. Okay, yeah, so Liliana. Then this one. Alright. Very short line. A line of 2 quests.
Inquisitor.
Alright. Solas! Works so well. With the flower crown. I'm surprised it can be anyone. Dorian, what do you look like in this? Don't hate it. It's not the best for anyone. We'll keep it in our inventory. Oh, that's not as good as what we have. I picked it up. Oh, we did talk to Josephine.
It comes swiftly, this moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that. Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
That's sweet. Do this.
Forgive me, Inquisitor. For personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, general to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured. His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall, Orlais, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
Too valuable to kill? Damn.
The headman's axe isn't enough? That's an impressive amount of ill will.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill thousands.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie as the Chantry. The Prophet just isn't as pretty.
I found your people. They believed in you, believed your cause was righteous.
Not your business, Inquisitor.
Your friend Maddox was so loyal, he killed himself. For you.
They were always going to die. I saw what Corypheus was doing. So yes, I fed them hope instead of despair. I made them believe their pain had purpose, just like the Chantry does. Right, Commander? It ended as well as anything else I've done. Corypheus would kill me on sight. I'll tell your people what they want. Everything I cared about is destroyed.
Why do you have to be voiced by Gideon Emery? Why? Okay, we're looking this shit up. I usually have give him over to Cullen or Dagna. Cause it would make why do you gotta be like that? It'd make Cullen so happy. But also it'd make Dagna so happy. Okay, got Samson. Only Dorian disapproves if you give him over to Dagna. Hmm. Only bad one, is to exile him. Alright, I'm gonna remove this from my face. I don't have to be more chewing. So we're either giving him to Kirkwall or giving him to Cullen. I think we're gonna give him to Cullen.
Very well. Samson, you will spend your remaining years serving the Inquisition. Cullen will be your handler. Perhaps he can get something useful out of you.
I doubt the Commander believes there's anything worthy left in me.
You're not wrong, but you served something greater than yourself once. Perhaps you can be made to remember that.
Oh, and then I can go talk to Cullen. Go talk to the boyfriend. Once I finish, last piece. Alright. Back.
We're marching soon.
This. Could have done one that gives me approval from Sarah, but I don't think I'll get enough from Sarah for it to be worth it. And
Samson took everything from those Templars. He corrupted their souls, twisted them into everything they stood against, everything they would have hated.
You're letting Samson get to you.
And what if I am? The Red Lyrium left Samson's mind unaltered. He knew what he was doing, and he dares speak as though it were a mercy? The man's a monster. I pray his information is useful. His life is good for little else.
Samson is everything you say, but it's over. You have to let this go.
Over for us, perhaps. For Samson. Not for those still controlled by Corypheus. The Red Templars needed to be torn down. We've broken Corypheus's army. I might have known some of them. If my life had gone differently, I might have been one of them. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you had not been at the Conclave? If you'd never become the Inquisitor?
A life without you? Never.
they're adorable.
It's good to see you.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
All right.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Yep. Come on, boys. I'm gonna cry. You're gonna cry. We're all gonna cry. Let's go! Worrying for your sake, if you want to get out of here, just hook up with Bull. Go say Blackwall. Like, nope, wrong one. No, don't do that. Taking forever to load. Who's ready to cry? I didn't hear early enough to think about the title. Keep changing it. Hello? I think the game froze. Yep, it definitely froze. It won't even let me quit it. Well then. Will the game let us play? That. Just close it. Now I just needed all the mods to come back. The whole thing was like, nope. I just want to play the Descent. Okay. Launch it. Mods. Nope. You open. That. Now we wait. Okay. There we go. Third time's the charm. Hopefully. It should. I don't know if it saved the game. It would have saved it right before we went to the descent, right?
Did you need something?
Alright, cool.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
So it saved right before we left. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go, boys! That's a fucked up picture. I don't think the game wants us to play it. I'll let it load, because it doesn't say it's not responding. Give it a couple more minutes. Yeah, okay. Um, not even here. What? It's not even under the service. Oh, there it is. Why is it all the way down there? Not using any of the GPU. That makes sense because it was on a black screen, nothing was changing. Uh, this, this back up, that. The Frosty fix crashed? This is really not my day, is it? Didn't keep me signed in. At least I remember my password. Open this up. We'll try entering from the war table. I don't know if that's going to change anything. Remove that, but probably break something. Okay. Nope. Tried that. It doesn't work. Do the war table.
Inquisitor.
I think we can also talk to Gatsby one more time. Maybe I bring Eric. Nope. Maybe a different party will help. Maybe it just can't handle Solus. It wouldn't let the... Did we get here before? I kind of remember this picture. I think we've been here before. My ADHD's been really bad. So is my time blindness. I'm sorry, Varric.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
How you feeling back there, Varric? You good back there, Dorian?
How many quakes have there been since you arrived?
At least 3 big rumblers. And the aftershocks are nothing to sneeze at. My feet miss solid ground.
Josephine's report mentioned several Lyrium mines were damaged by the quakes.
You'll see what's left of this one on your way down. From what I hear, the other mines are barely holding together.
So you haven't seen any darkspawn up here?
I sharpened my arrows just in case, but they never showed. I'm okay with that.
What if another earthquake seals us in?
If that happens, I'll dig you out myself. The
That's
lift's
not
ready
as
for you.
comforting as you think it is. Glad the hat mod is still working.
Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
Why did no one install railings?
This reminds me of a story.
Shocking.
It's about an impossibly handsome dwarf and his friend who got crowned King of the Nugs.
A Nug King, really.
It's not as good as it sounds. Nugs mostly just shit on the floor and roll in it. Welcome to the Deep Roads.
So, the deep roads. Do you think there'll be tight spaces? Long hallways with low ceilings?
Possibly. Why?
Just hoping my horns fit.
Is it me, or is this the slowest lift ever constructed?
It's better than climbing down.
I could do with some music. Something with a flute.
You can't even see Dorian behind Bull. I love the face paint, the Ventar.
Horut, Magirl, Nalfric, your names will not be forgotten.
You must be Shaper Volta.
A trust Valar, Inquisitor. The Shaper it welcomes you to the Deep Roads.
What does a Shaper do exactly?
We chronicle the life and times of our people.
You're historians.
Also scholars and genealogists. Shapers preserve knowledge in the memories, an archive in Orzammar. We record memories in Lyrium to ensure they never fade. We must be meticulous in every detail.
How many dwarves have you lost?
More than we can count. The mining caste has suffered greatly. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold. The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to lose any more lyrium.
I've read about the Legion of the Dead. Dwarves who fight Darkspawn in service to Orzammar. They commit their lives to the cause and celebrate their own funerals before entering the Deep Roads.
No matter their sins in life, the Legion die noble deaths.
Orzammar deals with Darkspawn all the time. Why request the Inquisition's help?
The Legion isn't prepared for this level of disaster, and the Grey Wardens haven't answered our calls for aid. Any threat to the flow of lyrium requires immediate response. The Inquisition is the only force we can rely upon.
I feel like there's a giant plot hole right there, considering I'm overwatching the Grey Warden. And they still exist. They made it through all the trials. Like, I understand there's a lot of ways the Grey Warden would not be here, or would not have responded. But, we still got Grey Warden. They're around. Why didn't they not respond? Like, I can go get them if you want me to.
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
Apologies for pushing you. I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
Alright. So. Should be able to go back this way. In Heroes of Dragon Age, there's apparently one dwarf mage. I don't know who it is. When they talk about a dwarf mages, like dwarf mages, they say dwarf mage. Holy shit, Varric. It's been a hot minute since I've checking you anywhere. Right. And I always wonder, is it Volta or is it Sandal? I've never gotten either of them in the game, so I don't know. Lord Forender. I shouldn't have to remind you of the mining caste important to Orzammar, but apparently not even the ancestors can say when you last visited the memory. Lyrium trade is the only reason our king but keeps the king's coffers fat, so that he may play a part in whatever little wars are raging on this earth. Lyrium is as dangerous as it is profitable. When I write to you saying that the earthquakes are threatening one of our most lucrative mines, I expect a faster response. Something unnatural is afoot. The shaft rats. Is it hyphenated because it's on 2 lines, or is it just a hyphenated word? Shaft rats come out of their holes chanting nonsense. In my own crew, men and women I've worked with since I was a child claim to hear something of trouble. I don't care who or what you send to help us. Just do it. Minor Ordell. Hey, look. I forgot
Keep
to
your
pick
eyes
up
open. These roads are dangerous.
trash find. No one ever talks about the Inquisitor's spindleweed addiction.
An ogre!
I hate the deep roads.
What is happening? Break the ogre scraps use an ability with
Right now!
What are you immune to? Everything. You're fucking immune to literally everything. You have greater spirit.
While it's distracted! It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
Not always. You're not supposed to continuously attack this thing.
Right now!
Not even like particularly difficult. It's just taking forever.
Now! While it's distracted! It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
Like all of my things to like do a lot of damage can't do because it's fucking immune to
Right
everything.
now!
The pain is my butt.
Now! While it's distracted!
I don't know what you want from me. I only used 2 potions.
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
I lost you, I'd never make it out of the deep roads.
I'm sure you would find a way. If the ogre reached this point, the Legion must be overwhelmed. Let us hurry.
Fire. Doesn't help that my frame rate is shit. At least something open. Or need this.
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air.
How long does this fucking thing last on freaking Turnbull? That's dumb that I can't jump down from there. Also, why have this area if there's literally nothing here? Put more rocks. Or like put a chest there or something.
That's
I don't
the
know.
broken seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
Get those charges to the tunnels! Someone prime the sonic fuses!
We can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can't set the charges with those bastards breathing down our necks!
Clear out the Darkspawn!
Hey, I leveled up. That's a lot of red, you guys. You're fine. No, you don't. That's going to get back up. That's where I went down. Also, you gonna help?
Keep it up! The seal's clear! Prime the charges!
Now, set the charges!
They're all the other side of the rock. He's so nonchalant about it. The back of his head just was like, good. I leveled up, which is good for nobody at all. Read. Here's Iora. I think it's Iora though. This will never reach you. None of my letters will, but writing helps me having joined the League. For all the death I have already seen, there are wonders down here. I wish you could see them. When it's quiet, there are still hints of what the deep roads used to be. Right now, I'm sitting under the crumbling statue of a paragon. I asked Ansa if she knew who it was, but the face is cracked. I think it is Endrin Tomhin, or Morok the Maul. So, I know your favorite is Aseth the Grey. Aseth the Grey. Back home, I never cared about our history. Remember old Osteg? Shouting about Orzammar's former glory? Naming tags he's never visited and people he'd only read about? I laughed at him. Being down here, seeing what we've lost. These are more than roads, Iora. They connected our empire, let our culture flourish. Stone accepted us, and we lived and moved within her. Now we cling to her like someone drowning. Forgive me. All my letters end the same. Freak. Edge. Why am I so tired? It couldn't possibly because it's already dark outside. It's only 5 o'clock. Couldn't possibly be why.
Inquisitor, meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that. Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
How many deep roads are there? How deep do they go?
They'll take you from one side of Thedas to the other, if you have a death wish.
The roads once connected dwarven cities that were hundreds of miles apart. Then came the Darkspawn. Ren and I have been exploring this region, reclaiming it, but the work is slow.
Mark the map, fight an army. Mark the map, fall in a hole. And so on.
I get the impression you two have known each other a while.
Yeah. The Shaper had sent her to dig up some relics. Asked me to keep her out of trouble. That was 3 years ago.
You can quit any time.
Not when we still have things to fight about.
They're adorable.
For such a small group, your people have held up well.
The Quakes took a lot of us. Reinforcements will be slow to arrive.
Take cover!
Weird ringing, shaking.
You heard that, yes? The rhythm in the tremors? It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
How could an earthquake be caused deliberately?
We get plenty of natural tremors down here. These are different. She thinks she knows why.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Ren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity, but now? The text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the stone, shaping it. When these quakes began, I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
I've never heard of Titans before. What else can you tell me about them?
The text I found predated the First Blight. Its pages had mostly rotted away, and there's no mention of the Titans in Orzammar's memories.
Which tells you something.
Let me fix that. I didn't realize how dark my... I forgot. I kind of found a fix to it. Weird. Bye. Yeah, I can't see it. Auto. I gotta leave. Auto. Right. That looks better. I don't know why it does that. It literally is at the same brightness it was before. I just turned auto on and off.
You speak of the stone like it's more than walls.
The stone is eternal. She was here before
Why am I
us,
yawning so
and
much?
remains after we die.
But the stone isn't your god.
We don't worship her, but we do respect and honor her.
Like
The stone makes
kind
us
of like
strong,
the
and
Qunari
we
in Third
return
Dragon.
that strength to her when we die. It's difficult to express in words.
Mysterious songs often lure people to their deaths, or to an archdemon.
This rhythm isn't a song, exactly. It sounds like air flowing through lungs.
Air that can collapse a whole mine.
That's some strong ass air.
Dangerous then. But a magic unique to the deep roads might be worth investigating.
In my experience, no explanation is too strange to consider.
For all we know, that text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to a fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage nearby. Ready when you are.
Maybe I'm tired because I don't want deep roads. Oh, look at that. The deep road. Yes. Make improvements for here. Thank you. Not gotten to the uncharted abyss yet. Time to loot. That was a lot of loot.
You can clean it, right? Stay still. It's a small cut.
Don't die because of a cut, please. That would be kind.
So it's true. The king involved a surfacer.
I will eat you. Not in the fun way. I like how they give you enough that you don't need to. Or you shouldn't have to. But like, here's all things you'll ever need.
The Legion is honored by your presence, Inquisitor.
Thank you. Everyone else seems to be pissed off by my present. If we had coal, I would give this to. Have coal. Nathler. What does that mean? Not above me? I don't know, but no one can wear that. Okay, can I bring Solus now? It is not letting me bring Solus to the fucking deep roads. I mean, if that's the case. Every time I try to bring Solus, it like crashes the game. It doesn't even like crash, it just freezes it. That's crazy. It has to be one of my mods, right? Okay, I want to try something. I might end up breaking everything. But I had one mod. Yeah, like 2 mods for Solus. Oh, it could be that mod. Okay, I'm removing one of the mods. Remove the other mod is a whole fucking thing. Hopefully this doesn't break my mods or... I don't want to fix it all right now. Or we could have a technical difficulty break. Is it because I have the custom skin? Is that why it's yelling at me about bringing in Solus? Is it going to yell? Oh, I need to play more in Trespasser then on my other game. See if it will crash then. I want to like... It doesn't crash. The colon mod doesn't crash it. They're two separate mods, but like... I fucked up. We're gonna have to restart the game again. Yeah, I know. Where? I forgot to reopen. As soon as I saw this freaking cursor, I was like, I have fucked up. Alright, let's try this again. And not bring Solus to the deep roads. They're never going to finish their game of chess. It's fine. I can use a full party. We're going to need a rogue anyways. We'll just switch Solus for Varric. We're going to bring Cole. I wouldn't mind bringing Cole. I didn't delete anything. I just unclicked something, so we should be good. If not, I'm gonna cry. Why, Frosty mods? Why? I will say if it does not work. If everything breaks, I will cry. Because there's no way I'm getting rid of Solus' skin. Because with all my custom fabrics, removing and adding any of the DAI mods is a pain in my ass. Don't know why I thought to try it without Solus the first time. Still loading. There we go. Okay. I always bring Varric though, because Varric's a dwarf. So let's bring. Well, dies a lot though. We'll bring Cole for this first bit. We'll probably. We'll leave this. This is a good group. This is my normal group for Trespasser. Because Dorian and Bull are gonna be separated. So I can't separate them. But since Solus is gone and I hate Vivian, I have to bring Dorian.
I hope we don't run into an emissary.
Oh,
I have to bring Bull.
now we definitely will.
I take it emissaries are bad.
Most Darkspawn are mindless killing machines, connected by the Blight. But emissaries are intelligent and use magic.
Why are they just, why is Volta and Varric just staring at each other very intensely? Make Ren Jelly.
Shrieks. It had to be Shrieks.
Thank you for
I thought
speaking
you'd be used to
my
all kinds of
exact
darkspawn.
fucking.
Everyone's got their favorites.
I'm partial to all this. Great racks.
Oh, was that you? Also, thanks for expressing my exact sentiments about Creek's strategy. And feeling upon hearing those things. We're really playing on hard mode, aren't we? Harder than hard mode. Don't have my reviver. I'll have to pick up that skill. Might have to go pick up for me to redo my points. Let's give it to Dorian. We just started this and I'm already exhausted. Covering barreled treasures. Clog's journal. Stoneblind, Clog, they chanted. Their grubby fingers pushed my face into the ground, scratched my flesh from my ears. Spilled blood. 2 thumbs made black spots in my vision. Their voices were loud, so loud. But I hear her, the loudest, the stone. They left me in the quiet dark, she remained. Soft lullaby told me a way I could return. On my filled with mother's love, I gathered seeing stone by hand. They said it would poison me, but mother would never do that. Not to her son. Within the melody are secrets meant only.
This belonged to an exiled dwarf. He was experimenting with Rollerium.
Nothler. Pride of Nothler. Eat steak. On up. My little weak mage arms.
This door. There's something strange about it. Looks like our construction, but...
It's missing gears.
We have to find them. It's our only way through.
The fuck are you? Here's what I thought. You just look kind of lighter than most.
That gear will fit the door. Keep an eye out for others.
There's a puzzle here. I don't remember what it is, but there's a puzzle here. Apparently I finished it. I don't know what I did, but apparently I did it correctly. We just wanted the out to. I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to do. Apparently I did it.
This gear is warm to the touch. Strange.
I don't recognize that metal. But we should only need one more.
Oh, they're only two suckers. I feel like I had more magic before. I think we'll be fine until we get to that one area where there's just like waves. Oh, I love this part.
What sod is that?
Song is soft but hard to crack. I hear words I can even taste them. Let me start over. Song is soft but hard to crack. I hear the words, I can even taste them, but I cannot say them. Maybe Mother needs to remove my. Words on every page in the book have been crossed out, spidery, scribbled notes, margins. Builder's Tower is such an old game, not just for children. Big piece cover small piece, left, right, piece by piece. Never know. They never find out what happened. I found it, but I have no need for it anymore. Hope it has to go to the middle. If not, I'm gonna be a little sad. Go in here. I did it wrong the last time I played. Get into a rhythm and then I'm like, wait a minute, what's my next step?
Only a lyrium-addled mind would hide secrets behind such madness.
This children's game.
Ren, I'm sorry about Bernat. You served with him a long time.
It's never easy to lose a member of your company.
It was quick. And Bernat returned to the stone with honor. We should all be so lucky.
It's all right to be upset.
I'm too old to be upset.
Always been here. Wraith blood. Apparently this mug once belonged to someone. I know they had hid things behind boxes in Trespass. I didn't know they did it. There's no like wheel or anything back here, so I probably never gone in here before.
Did that messenger who came through camp have any news about Orzammar? The food shortage?
More riots. There's unrest from Dust Town to the Diamond Quarters.
Can't have the Deep Lords going hungry.
I made sure your mother and brother are safe.
That wasn't necessary.
You're welcome.
They're adorable. This new put. You want? One. How can I be missing one already? Huge. Weird pool in there. It's lighting up the book and the puzzle pieces. Thought maybe it could be up here. Up here. Why does this exist? There's no door to it. Puzzle piece. I know, I read that and I got what was in the box. So many. Ooh. Where? Oh, where has here on? Oh, where? Oh, where can it be?
We have enough of these odd gears. Let's head back to the door.
It was right there. It was 2 feet to my right. Elaborate hand-carved stamps have formed the smudged ink letters on the parchment into a symmetrical pattern. I obey the creator. My tasks are clear. Command will be fulfilled. Barriers, divisions to conquer. Mazes, prisons to redeem. Carvings, wounds to heal. My 3 sacred duties I must not fail. Doubt is my companion. Write down the questions, hope to learn answers. Who weaves the sigil? What does it summon? How does it trigger? The creator knows everything, but still I ask, I'm my chosen. Who wrote this?
It's open. Keep any gears we find. We may need more. And if we don't, I want to study them. Whatever they're made of wasn't mine down here.
Wasn't it? Working on it. Where were you in the middle?
The rhythm in the tremors, it echoes through the stone. This way.
Seems so cheery about it. A little disconcerting. Now, why would I need iron?
Another strange door. Who put these here? And why?
This one uses a different kind of gear from the others.
We don't have to open it. My stone sense leads the other way. Though I am curious to see the other side.
You always are.
They're adorable. Gates of Snurkmar. Creator provides tools. Burning wheels lower gates. I break the lines, forge the broken sigil. Lock the way behind. Claws raking the door, scatter all the keys. What trails my steps? It does not matter. There is only forward.
That scar on your nose is new.
Yeah. Fell out of bed.
You sleep on the ground.
Surprised me too.
Why are they so perfect? Oh, fuck me. I can't freeze him. No one yelled about me. I want to get a good aim on, this guy. Are they actually doing any damage? They just here for show. This feels semi-reminiscent of their shock fight. Lived for 2 seconds. It would be very helpful if I didn't have the one, you know, weapon. One damage type that does nothing against him. Like how it says burning. This is dissolving. But both cold. What is storing you?
That scar on your nose is new.
Yeah. Fell out of bed.
You sleep on the ground.
Surprised me too.
Corey, you're on the ground, hun. I don't think you can do it all day. And our warrior's a little broken. Don't you love when you're trying to jump away and then you accidentally pick shit up? Fucking do something! Can't even fix him. This is goddamn empty. he goes. Welcome to the world of the living. Can't attack me through a wall, dumbass. I'm just messing around.
Hold on, Bull!
There we go. A little minute. A little bit. Yes, a hot minute and a little bit. A little minute. I'm really low energy today, you guys. Room. Read. Warden was done here. Death sacrifice, but I won't go quietly.
This Grey Warden had a map. Could be important.
Weird pedestal with sunlight, I guess? Okay, I'm so tired, y'all. And my energy is really low, so I'm gonna end stream here. We've been going for like 2 hours.